Hi guys, James Hall, family nurse practitioner, and we're going to talk a little bit about total cholesterol and why it's not such a scary thing. It's actually a good thing, so don't worry about it. So this guy did a study in 1909, and they did some experiments on rabbits between 1909 and 1913. They fed rabbits pure cholesterol dissolved in sunflower oil, and then the rabbits developed arteriosclerotic plaques that resembled what we see in humans. They also noted some inflammation and liver toxicity. But the researchers said themselves these findings did not relate to humans. However, once everybody saw this study, there was a big surge in cholesterol and heart disease research, and people immediately saw that these findings seemed to suggest that cholesterol and arteriosclerotic and heart disease were related. But there's a lot of reasons why these studies should not be applied to humans. Number one, rabbits don't usually eat cholesterol. They're herbivores. Their systems are not genetically equipped to eat or metabolize cholesterol, so of course something foreign like that may cause harm, whereas humans can eat and metabolize cholesterol. Cholesterol feeding in many other animals also failed to produce the arteriosclerotic plaques, so when they fed it to animals that could metabolize cholesterol, like dogs and mice, it caused no problems, but nobody paid attention to that part of the study. Also, these animals were fed pure cholesterol, something that is impossible to find in diet. You can't find that in nature. Cholesterol is always part of a whole food, so that's another reason why this would not really apply. Every cell membrane in your body has cholesterol in it, so every cell in your body is partially made from cholesterol. The most concentrated source of cholesterol in your entire body is the brain. 20% of the body's cholesterol is in the brain, and since cholesterol can't cross the blood-brain barrier, your brain actually makes its own cholesterol, so it's extremely important for your brain. And with low levels of cholesterol, you have mental fogginess and memory lapse, so your brain has to have cholesterol. Cholesterol is also needed for your body to produce vitamin D, testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone, and some of the other steroid hormones. So cholesterol is a vital nutrient in the body. Here is a short excerpt from the DGAC report, which is the 2015 U.S. Dietary Guidelines. It says, in the new report, one widely noticed revision was the dropping of dietary cholesterol as a nutrient of concern. No appreciable relationship between dietary cholesterol and serum cholesterol or clinical cardiovascular events in the general population. So this clears cholesterol from any bad doing. Here is an excerpt from the Minnesota coronary experiment that was done between 1968 and 1973. This is a double-blind randomized control trial. You can't get any higher level of evidence in this kind of study. What it says is the intervention group had significant reduction in serum cholesterol compared to the controls, but that this showed no mortality benefit for the intervention group. So lowering cholesterol showed no benefit. In fact, there was a 22% higher risk of death for each 30 milligrams per deciliter reduction in serum cholesterol. So what they're saying is the lower your cholesterol, the more likely you were to die. That sounds pretty concerning. So is cholesterol something we really want to lower? For further evidence that cholesterol is not harmful, there's a genetic condition called familial hypercholesteremia. It's where you genetically have really high cholesterol, and this study that I've got a picture of shows that there was no evidence that it shortened lifespans. In fact, they lived to the 7th and 8th decades. So that's a pretty long lifespan with high cholesterol. And in this journal, the BMJ 2001, it also noted that people with this genetically high cholesterol lived up into the old age, and that their hypothesis supported the observation that genetically modified mice with high cholesterol concentrations were protected against severe gram-negative infections. And they suggested a bad prognosis with genetically high cholesterol has been overemphasized. And here is my final slide. This is showing the normal death rate from cardiovascular events there at 1. That dotted line going all the way across is the normal death rate. And you see with the asterisk there for ages 70 to 79, these are people with genetically high cholesterol. Look how much lower they are in the death rate. They're surviving up until the 7th and 8th decades and not even approaching that dotted line. So obviously, high cholesterol is not a factor when it comes to cardiovascular disease. All the studies have shown that cholesterol in isolation is irrelevant, and that lowering it too much might actually be fatal. We can already tell that cholesterol is important. You need it in your brain, you need it for your hormones, you need it for your cell membranes. It's vitally important. We have to have cholesterol, and lowering it too much can be fatal. You all have a great day.